Okay, my name is Akwe Bright, and we are group 12. So, first, I'm going to take you through our web application we created for Sensi Company. So, first, I'm going to log in into our web application. So, our web application is local host. We are using our XAMPP server, so we are logging in to see our web application we created. So, we punched local host group 12. So when we log in, this is our web application, and this is the home page of our web application. So we have the home page, features, about, contact, and also we have login. We also have register. So the login are for people who have already created an account, and the register button is for a new user who is about to create an account. We also have, when you scroll down here, we have a multi-carrier tracking system, a real-time notification, a barcode or a QR scanning, delivery forecast, custom track pages, analytics, and reports. So let me log in so that you see some of the what you can perform on this website. So I'm using the username admin. So and I'll punch my password. So it's running. So I've logged in. Our network is not coming, so I'll log in again. So it's not coming, so I'll use the register to log in. So I'll press the login button and I'll type my username. My username is admin, and I'll type my password. So I've successfully logged in into my account in the Sensi shipping track parcel delivery. So here you can see some of the features that can be performed. You can see that when a person offers for a delivery, some of the deliveries are in transit. It means it has not yet been delivered, and it are showing some statuses of some of the deliveries that are delivered, and others are on pending. It means they have not yet been delivered. You can have some features on this page. You can see some of the features on this page. So after we've shown you our web application we created, now we are moving on to how to deploy our website. But before that, I'll create an instance. So I'll log into my cloud service application, which is AWS. We are using AWS as our web application. So I'm logging into my web application, which is AWS. So after I've logged in, I'll sign into my account. So I'm signing in. Our network is very slow. So when you sign in, you click on the button EC2. I'm using Elastic Cloud Compute EC2 to create our instance. So when I click on it, it will open for me. When it open, I'll click on the large button here, which is in the orange color. I'll click on launch instance. And when I click on launch instance, I'll give the instance name. For us, we are using our group name as our instance name. So I'm using group 12. So I'll type group 12 as the instance name. So we already have an instance already. So I'll add group 12 one. I'll add 3 to it. So I'll do it group 1, 2, 3. That's the instance name we are using. And also the operating system we want to use for our instance here is the Ubuntu as our Amazon image, machine image. So we are using Ubuntu as our operating system over here. And also Okay. So after I've choose the Ubuntu as my operating system, the 64-bit here is trying to talk about the architecture we are using. We are operating on a 64-bit architecture. And also here is talking about the instance types. But we are using a free tier instance, which is only valid for just a year. And when I come here, I'll go and create my key pair. So I'll click on create key pair. But because we have created ours already, we are using the key pair philo philomat as our key pair. So we are using philomat as our key pair. So when I come here, I'll come to my network segmentations, my network security. That's my firewall that controls incoming and outgoing packets. So I'll choose allow HTTPS to run on the internet. And here the reason why we are using anywhere here means you can use any machine to log in at any time, anywhere. And here is talking about the storage part of our network. So after I'm done with this fillings and these selections, I'll click on launch instance. So you can see my instance is being created. So it's loading. So after my instance has been loaded, you will see it running. So when it comes, you click on the link here. So we have successfully created our instance. So here you can see our instance is showing here that the state of our instance is what? Running. And our IP DNS domain, we are using IP version 4. You can see it over here. And also our instance type here is t3.micro. So you can see some of the features of our instance. So I'll end it.
Yeah. Good day, madam. I'm Chikudo Ishmael Yaguto, and I'll be taking to deploying of our web app to the AWS console. That's the Ubuntu. We are using Ubuntu as a virtual machine, and the creation of the Docker. We are using Docker as our container. So let me start. So first, I'm going to go to my VS Code. So my VS Code, these are our codes. We are using PHP as our code, and I've created a Docker file already, and this file it contains the instructions. So when I'm creating the Docker image, it will run this instruction. So it will install the Docker image. It will install, sorry, it will install the MySQL while I'm creating the image, and I was using port 80. So on the runtime, when we said it will run on port 80, and the Docker compose over here, it defines the services we need, the containers we need inside. So the containers we need is the web service, and then since it's a web app and MySQL, so I'm using database, and I'm running it on port 5000. So when after deploying to my web app, it will be running on port 5000. After deploying it on the virtual machine, rather, sorry, it will run on port 5000. So let me start with the creation of the Docker image. So I'm going to open my terminal, and log in over here. And I've already logged in my Docker details already. So let me put my Docker. So this is my container, because I've not created anything over here. So there's no image. So I've already linked it with my terminal already. So if I create the image, you need to show over there. So the command to run that is compose docker compose app. So this will be my image in the Docker. So let me run the command right away. So it's building my image for me. So as it's building my image, let me minimize it. Let me go to my AWS container. AWS. So I'm on my EC2, the Elastic Compute Cloud. So as my brother have already created the instance for me, I'm going to connect it to my virtual machine. Let me use one of these. So I'll use Amani over here. So let me press connect. So let me press connect over here. So I'm connecting to my Ubuntu virtual machine. So it is connecting. So it's loading. So I'm in my virtual machine, and first thing first, I need to set a password because I've just created. I need to set password for my root user. So in case I go log out, I will not be facing error. So I'm going to create a password. So sudo password, then my username Ubuntu. So sudo password Ubuntu. So I'm setting new password. So password is set successfully. So let me update. I'm going to update the resources in my machine. So the command for that is sudo out update and sudo out upgrade. The YY is to say yes to any prompt that will request me to say yes. So when I run this command to update all the resources, so it's updating all the resources in my virtual machine. Let's check on my Docker image creation. So I think my Docker is being the image is being created. So let me go to my Docker app and verify. So you can see the image, the SQL, and the web service being created. And check the container. The container. So my containers is being created successfully. So let me minimize this. So my update is loading. My update is loading. So it's still loading. It's still loading. Network is a little bit slow. Still loading. Still loading. So let me verify if my Docker app, the app is being created. So it's running upon 5,000. So let me look at 5,000 to verify. Okay, so it's been loaded successfully. The creation is successful. So my update is successful. So since I'm using Docker, I need to install Docker on my virtual machine. So the command for that is sudo apt install docker.i or yes to any prompt that will prompt up. So I'm going to run it right away. So my Docker is being installed. My Docker is installed. Okay, my Docker is installed successfully, so I need to install the Docker Compose as well. So sudo apt install sudo apt install Docker Compose. Yes to any prompt. So I press enter. So it's installed. So it's installed successfully. And for my Ubuntu, my user Ubuntu to have access to the Docker, if I need to add it to the Docker group. So to run that command is sudo user mode and it's sudo to the Docker group, and my user is Ubuntu. So I'm adding Ubuntu to the Docker group so that I can have access to the Docker group. So I've added it successfully, and I'm going to create a folder that will install my files inside, uh, deploy the Docker image I've created. I'm going to deploy it inside. So to create a directory is make directory. I'm going to name it Chikudo. Yeah, my surname Chikudo. So I've created a directory. I'm going to deploy my app inside. So first I need to log out and log in so that the update will be successful. So let me log out. So it exists log out. So let me refresh. So I've logged in again successfully. So I'm going to I'll close this in. So I need to connect my local machine to the virtual machine so that I can deploy my app from the local machine to the virtual machine. So to do it, I'm going to open my Git. I'm going to open my Git and run it there. So let me play. So let me go to the home directory, and I need a key pair to establish a connection. I need a key pair to establish the connection between my local machine and the virtual machine. That key pair, let me verify where I've stored it at. So let me check my download if it's there. So my key pair RAM, this is the key pair I'll be using. So it's in downloads. So let me go to downloads. Downloads. So the command to establish local machine to establish a connection between local machine and the virtual machine. I'm using SSH connection. That's secure shell. So SSH. My key name is Aaron.pen. Then my username is Ubuntu. Then I need my public IP address. So I'm going to open here and see this is my public IP here. So I'm going to copy it. So control copy. Let me minimize it and go back to my Git. I'm going to paste it here. So to establish the connection, this will enable me to establish the connection with my machine. It's taking a call. The network issues. Okay, so let me say yes to continue the connection. So yes. So I'm saying yes. My network is a little bit slow, that's why. Network is a little bit slow. Okay. So I've established the connection. So this shows I've successfully established the connection. So I'll log out, then I'll deploy my app into the Chikudo directory I've created in my virtual machine. So I'll log out. So I've logged out successfully. And the command to establish the connection to deploy my app from my local machine to the virtual machine sccp -r. Then my key name aram.pen. Then where my folder is located. So it's located in the C drive user. My, my app is located in the C drive. So Ishmael user Ishmael. Then it's in the uh, it's in the XAMPP. Let me verify where it's located first. So it's located in the XAMPP. So it's located in the XAMPP. Then 80 does. Then my app name is Sensic. This is my app name. So it's located. So you see then XAMPP htdocs slash my app name, that's Sensi company. Then I'm deploying to Ubuntu, so Ubuntu. And then my public IP address, I've copied it already, so to be here. So I've copied it and I'm deploying to my own Ubuntu. Then the folder, the directory I've created, Chikudo, deploying it here. So when I run this command, I'll be able to deploy my web app into the virtual machine. So I press enter to connect. Say open. She could do that directory is not found. So to verify that, I'm going to say no search for directory. So let me verify that if it's not created successfully. Let me press ls to see. I have Chikudo. I don't know why it's telling me now. There shouldn't be a, let me recopy. There shouldn't be a space between over there. So copy. So when I press enter, I should be able to deploy the web, my container image applicator. I should be able to deploy it. My network is a little bit slow. So, okay, so it's deploying it. My network is a little bit slow. Okay, so it's deploying it into the machine. It's deploying it. It's loading it. So it's deploying it. My network is a little bit slow. into very space deployment. So I've successfully deployed it. So let me verify it in my machine over here. So let me move to the Chikudu directory to verify that. CD Chikudu. So let me press this. So Sensi copy, I'm able to deploy successfully. So let me go to Sensi company and verify that Sensi company. So I press LS. So I've deployed successfully. So I need to run the Docker image container to build the image, the web app to deploy successfully. So that's Docker compose so that the Docker it will take space. As I've already downloaded the Docker compose, when I run this command, all the files will get to eat appropriate space as I have containerized it in the image I've created. So this code will help me do that. So Docker compose app build. So Docker compose app build. So let me press enter. So it's been created. So the folders you take, I've already installed the Docker compose. So creating each one will have its appropriate folder to go. Yeah, it's been created. So it's creating. So installing the extensions that I've typed in the Docker file. So it says, so it says, okay, it's still running. So now I've successfully deployed it. It's successfully deployed it over here. So let me open successful. So let me open and type my public IP and type code 5000. See if it will work. I'm using HTTP, so let's continue. It will not show because I've not in my secret group of the instance I've created. I've not added port 5000 to it, so it will not run. So let me go and do that right away. So let me locate my security group name so that I add port 5000 to it. So this the security group is wizard 8. So let me go to my security group over here. So that I'll add that rules to allow port 5000 to run on it. So my network selected this way. Let me refresh and see. Hmm, network. My network is selected this way. So let me refresh and see if it's okay. I'm using my phone, so let me check it and see. Let me launch it here and then see. So the deploy successfully deploy. So my network is back here. So let me go to the instance. So the security group.
I'm Glover Dennis. I'm going to implement the security measures for our app. So first of all, I'm going to implement two security measures and my colleague will come and continue with the two measures. So it's obvious first of all, I'm going to implement first thing firewall. And when you say firewall, firewall is a security system that controls traffic in and out of a service. It allows only trusted routes or service and block everything else. And on Ubuntu, we are using Ubuntu as you know, as my colleague did it on the same Ubuntu. So Ubuntu, on Ubuntu, the firewall tools is called on Ubuntu, the firewall tool is called UFW. That's uncomplicated firewall. So we are going to install the UFW. So first of all, you need to update the system, the Ubuntu system. So this is the command for updating. That's sudo app. Oh, sorry. So as I said earlier, we're going to update it. This is the command for updating. That's sudo app update. So we are going to update the system. As you see, it's at updating. So everything is working fine. So after updating, we are going to install the UFW. So this is the command for installing CFW. So that's sudo app install as I said CFW. This is the command for installing the CFW. So let's install it first before we implement the security of the firewall. As you see, it is installing. So it's already in it. So as you see, everything is cool, and the new version is 6.8. Listen, that's the new version for now. So we are going to check the status of the firewall. And this is the command for checking the status of the firewall. That's sudo uf status. So as you see, it's inactive, meaning it's normal. There's no blockage on the app because it's a new app. If it is like old app and we are now implementing the firewall, it will see it's active, meaning there's a blockage in there. So now it's inactive, so there's no blockage in the firewall system. So we are going to deny all incoming traffic to secure the defense, and we are going to allow outgoing traffic so the server can connect to the update. So this is the command for deny. First of all, you need to do the denying first before the allowing the outgoing. So first of all, this is the command for denying. That's sudo uf. So we are going to define it. So we will need to add defend to it. So defend then deny incoming. As I said, so we are going to incoming. Incoming. So it's there. So everything is shown here. So the firewall is enable, everything is encryption, everything is working successful. the profile has been already updated and it is working successful. So we are going to allow the outgoing to. So we need to allow that as we did for denying, we are going to do the same thing for our outgoing. So we instead of denying, we are going to do it allowed. So it's the same command, but we are going to do it allowed. So this is the command, the same thing, but this time instead of denying, we are going to do it allowed. So sudo ufw, then allow, as I said earlier, allow outgoing. So as I said earlier, so instead of denying, I used allow. So we are going to see it. I think there's a mistake, so let's do it again. Sudo app sudo ufw defend. So I didn't bring the defend. So defend, then we're going to allow allowed outgoing as I said. So let's press enter. So everything is sure, everything is working. As you see, the policy and everything is working. So as I explained, the denying is going to secure for the defense, and the outgoing is going to connect to the server to update it regularly. So we are going to allow the SSH. That one is very important so that we cannot be locked inside the AWX. So this is the command for us to allow the SSH. So it's sudo ufw. The SSH, it already has its port number, that's 22. So we are not going to change the port number. We need to use exact 22. So we are going to use the same port number, that's 22. That's what as I said, the SSH, we are going to add it to it. So let's go. So it is here, everything is installing. As you see, the list application profile show information on profile. So everything is working correctly. There's no error. So we are going to ensure we don't get locked. As I said earlier, we are going to ensure we don't get locked out of AWS, as I said earlier. So I explained everything here. So we are going to allow, we are using web application, so we are going to allow web traffic. Because as we are using web application, we need to allow web traffic from the system. So first of all, we are going to allow HTTP before we allow HTTPS. So this is the command for HTTP before we come to HTTPS. So this is the command for HTTP. That's sudo ufw. Then HTTP has a port number of 80. So we are not going to change it. So we are going to use the same port number, that's 80. So we are going to use HTTP port number, that's it, as I said it over here. So HTTP 80 and slash TCP and slash TCP, then the comment for it. So that's for HTTP. So we are going to write HTTP okay, HTTP. Okay, so we are going to run it to see that everything is working correctly. So as you see here, all the list is working correctly, everything is working correctly. So the same thing appear here, the same thing appear here, so the same thing. So we are going to allow HTTPS, as I said, and HTTP has the port of 80 and the HTTPS has the port number of 443. So we are going to use HTTPS port number to it. So that's the same command, but this time around we are going to change the port numbers. So it's the same thing, but we are going to change the port numbers. So this is the command sudo ufw. So as I said, 443 then slash TCP, then the command for it. Then as I say, HTTPS that's what I say. So we are going to run to see everything is working correctly. So as you see here, everything is working correctly for you. Yes, everything is working correctly for you as we did earlier. So the HTTP port 80 allows normal website. That's the normal website. And then HTTP port 443 allow and secure the website. As I said, we are going to, as we are almost done, so we are going to enable the UFW, that's uncomplicated firewall. So we are going to enable it. That, and this is the command for us to enable. That's sudo, sudo UFW. Then we are going to write it as sentence, the same to enable. So we are going to enable it. Enable it. So let's go. So we are going to this. It said command may disrupt existing search access as I did it earlier. So we are going to proceed by pressing Y. That's yes. So we are going to take Y. So yes. You see, it said firewall is active and enabled on the system. So I'm done with the firewall. So I'm going to implement the second. I'm going to implementing the second listing. But let me first of all let me check the status before I will implement the second security measure. So I want to see that everything is working where firewall disabled is set where. So first of all I need to check the status. I did this earlier on, but still I need to check it here. So the same command I'm going to purge. So that's sudo ufw, the status as I said. So I'm going to do the second implementation. So the second implementation that I'm going to do is fail to ban. That's fail to ban. So when you talk of fail to ban, is a security tools like is a security tools that monitor service logs that detect multiple fail login attempts, automatically ban and attack IP using firewall. As I did earlier, I already implement the firewall already, so I'm going to implement the fail to ban too. So first of all, I need to install it. So this is the command to install it as I did earlier. So sudo app install 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 then um, so it is installing. It's installing. So it has been ready to install. It's ready to monitor login attempts. So we're going to enable and start the service. So this is the command to enable it and start the service. That's the command to enable it. That's sudo system. That's sudo system enable enable fail to ban. So we have enabled the stage to ban item. So we are going to start it so that we can start implementing it. So we are going to that's the command. This is the command for starting the fail to ban. So as we did earlier, the same command sudo system start fail to ban. Sudo system start fail to ban. So we are going to start everything. So that's you see here it has been already started already. So we are starting implementing. has been started already. It has been started already. So we're going to implement the security this thing. So before we start everything, we need to check the status for phase 2 ban. So there's the command for checking the status for the phase 2 ban. So sudo so this is the status. You see it is green, which means it's active. So everything is working correctly. So we are going to start deal anything so that when we are updating it will be safely updated so that the problem here will not any problem will not come in. So this is the command that we are going to show to us. We are going to point to update everything on it. So this is the command sudo cp slash etc then ban fail to ban slash jail jail dot config config slash etc again then fail to ban again fail to ban slash jail again dot then we are going to add the local host to it. So we need to add the local host to it. So we are going to type the same to local host the local host. So we're going to test. See, all the information has been appeared that it has been already successful to it. So we're going to test whether everything is working successful or not. So this thing, if the green this thing didn't come, we need to do editing. But as long as it has come already, there's no way we should do any editing again. So we are going to proceed, save it, then we will continue with the experiment. So we are going to restart everything, then we save it, then my colleagues will come and continue. So let me restart it and save it, my colleagues will come. So this is the command for restart everything. So that's sudo system as I said earlier, we're going to restart. So we are going to use system restart okay. So we are going to restart. So everything has been successfully restarted. So we are going to check whether the client is in or not. So this is the command to check whether client is in. So there's a new out. There's no way client will come, but let's check. It's part of the command. So let's check. So everything shows there's no client in it. There's no client. That's the reason it's saying command not found. So there's no client in it. So there's no command. If there's client in it, it will show that there's client in it. So there's no client in it, meaning fail to ban is successful active. So I'm going to tell my colleague to come and continue with the two other implementation. I'm going to tell my colleague to bring to come with the other two security implementation. So okay.
I'm Gideon Alfredo, and I'm continuing from where my colleague ended. So I'm continuing. I'm adding two more security implementation to the security system we have done already. So I will start with the login, monitoring, and the alert system. So when we talk about the monitoring and alert system, it's like a security guard which monitors what's going on the system. So and it alerts us to take actions against it. So how to implement this is how you implement. So you install the tools and the plugins we use for the security system. So this is the code for the installation of the security system. So you do install. So it is reading. Yeah. It is installing the listing. So it has finished installing. This running. So we'll continue with the code that will help the install plugins and the tools to run. So this is the code. Then I'll press enter. So it is running. So it is running. So we have finished implementing it. So my colleague will come and test it if it's working or not. So I'll continue with the second security implementation. That's the intrusion detection and preventive system. The intrusion detection system. So we install an app called the AID that will help us achieve our goal. So this is how you install the AID. So you start with sudo app install AID. So the minus y I always add is the automatic yes. So that's the minus y. So you press enter to internet site. Okay. What's happening? Come. Feel. Oh, at the bathroom, at the door. Yes, continue. Okay. Okay. And so you give me close. Enter. So it's installed. So the tool is installing. Yeah, we are installing the tool called the AID. Let's wait a minute so it can install. Yeah, so it is done installing. So let's type the code. That will run it anytime you run it. Anytime you start the web application. Yeah, D-I-D-E-I-N-C. So let's enter. So it is running. So let's wait some few minutes for it to run. It's taking long. I don't know if it's the network or what. I did do some video. No, go the tab there. But I did do some video before you, so maybe go this time. I fell up. You fell up. Can't sound it. I typed the code, but they keep. I don't know if the network. The network. Don't be fresh.
Yeah, so run it again.
So I should continue.
Not typing.
Hmm?
No, instead the case.
So I finished running the code. So let's start the last code so that my colleague will come and test it if it's working or not. So it was the network that was disturbing my code. So I'm typing the last code. So I'm checking my course. I made a mistake. So this is the code. Let me check if it's correct. So let me run it to see. So so I'm done running the code. So my colleague will come and test it if it's working or not. So thank you, madam.
So, Madam, Ivan Sobo and I will be talking about uh, how to pen test the app. Of course, my colleagues has already done the security implementation, so I'm coming to pen test to see whether this security implementation truly worked. So, first I'll be testing on the fail to ban, which is the brute force protection. When someone logs in more than a number of times and is wrong, automatically the system has to shut the person down or has to remove the person from the system. So, sorry, to first start with, check. So, sudo sys status ban. Okay, so he said fail to ban. Okay, so now it's enabled, so it's the resource is active and it's running. Our main PID number two is also there. Then the taxes. So the tax is 5. So the limit is 1,072. Okay. So this shows that of course the fail to ban is working. It's active and it's working. And I also check the firewall. That one too is sudo ufw status pause. Okay, so that one too is also working. The status is active, the login is on, then the deny. So this one, it denies incoming and allows outgoing. Then with our uh, with our port also, so it allows in the port 22, the port 80, the port 443. Then our port is the 5,000 port, so it allows them in. Then from anywhere, which also means anywhere the person is or anywhere you are trying to log in, so far as you are using the same port, it then allows you in. So please, madam, thank you. This is where we are ending the whole project. Thank you, madam.